Let lovers, hope everyone is good. I got a story to tell. Let lovers, welcome back. I hope that we all are well. I hope that everyone is enjoying the change in weather. I know I am. I feel good. I mean, it's been sunny. It's been nice. We had 2 good medium, mild, warm temperature days. I've been outside. I'm looking forward to being outside more and more. It's getting darker later. The days are longer, nights are shorter. We done pushed the time up. Spring is just a couple of days away. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Y'all don't know, like, when the weather changed, my whole mood, my vibe, everything about me changed. I just love good weather. I love the sun. I love the heat. For the story time, you know, it's best for everyone, no matter what the situation is, that we think before we speak, right? We ask questions before assuming. I mean, it's only right. And shout out to Biggie, rest in peace. We just honored and celebrated the anniversary of his death just a few days ago. And like he said, don't make up out of yourself by assuming. Like, with that being said, about a week ago, a little over a week ago, remember March 4th was Parent-Teachers Conference for the winter Parent-Teachers Conference, part 2 for city schools. Now, a week prior to Parent-Teachers Conference, which was like the last week of February, I received a phone call at work, and one of the staff members was telling me that a parent called, very upset, very irate, cursing me out, and the parent sent text messages to another staff member believing that the staff member was me. The parent is upset because the child hasn't been receiving calls for remote learning. The parent is upset because the child doesn't have any homework. The child hasn't been speaking to her teacher. The child has nothing to do. The child is upset. So considering the child is being upset, now dad is upset. Dad is wondering, why am I there? What am I getting paid to do? What is my job? Do I not know my job? So initially, when the message was given to me, I was like, what? Like, defense mode. So I'm on the defense, like, what? So immediately I tell myself to chill, like, pipe down, T, pipe down. I say to the staff member, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. So the staff member says, the second staff member texts the father, like, listen, this is not who you think it is, but I can assure you that she is doing her job. You may need to ask your household what's going on. Dad didn't reply to the text message. Dad calls the school again. Oh, what is wrong with her? Another day, my child has no work. My child this, the child that, child everything. The child is just not learning. Now, the child and the dad, everyone knows it's only because of the pandemic and the shortage of teachers that I'm back in the classroom as a classroom teacher. So he believes that I'm one of the staff members who are not a licensed teacher. They just have me there just to monitor the kids. So he's saying, oh, she's not really a teacher. She doesn't know her job. What is she doing? Y'all paying her to do what? Make her leave? Make someone else come take the job? He's just going off. So I'm like, okay, yes, I am the literacy coach for kindergarten, first and second grade teachers. I also support third grade teachers, which involves me training teachers and supporting teachers, conducting workshops, conferences, parent meetings, teacher meetings, in order for the teachers to build rigor and strong instruction for the academic success of the kids. So yes, you're normally seeing me interact with the teachers and administration more. However, prior to my current role, I was a classroom teacher for many years. Now, my intelligence and my daily practice and everything that I do is for the kids, the academic, social, emotional, mental, physical, like everything that's going to support them to be lifelong learners, right? And we're preparing them according to the state for college and career readiness. Yes, we have to. Now, I could have called Dad and got at him like, listen, I'm doing my job, who are you, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't. Did I want to? Really, no, I really didn't. I really didn't. Why? Here's why. Dad, I don't know him very well, but I do know their background very well. And their background really doesn't allow for women to express themselves the way they should, the way they want to, and be respected. Okay? So you can probably try to figure out the cultural background of this specific group. Now, me being me, and yes, I want to defend my character and my role and everything that I do every day, but I said it's useless and it'll be pointless because, again, that culture of people, the women are here, the men are there, the women are silent, they follow, the men lead, period. That's it. So I tell the staff member, listen, if Dad calls back or if he texts back, you can have him call me, give him my correct number. Now, the students, they have every number, every email. I text parents throughout the day on a daily basis, multiple parents. ParentTeacherConference is not even a thing to me. It's useless. I interact, I communicate, I inform parents regularly, right? So now, remember, this is the end of February. I never addressed Dad. I never called him back. I never texted him back. I didn't email. And even when the child came to school the next day after getting the message, I didn't say, listen, tell Dad to call me. No, I just let it go. I was like, oh, okay. That's how Dad feels. No problem. Now, a week and change later, it's Parent Teachers Conference. And everything remains virtual. I am an in-school teacher. I work inside the school every day. So Dad, first mistake was thinking I'm going to call. We don't do both. If you're in person, you're in person. The only time that we're doing remote nowadays is if there are multiple cases in the building and we have to stay home due to the cases. There hasn't been any cases as of lately, thank God. So we've been in the building. So why would I be calling your daughter? Why? Parent Teachers Conference comes, he calls. Hi, good afternoon. How are you? This is me to him. Hope all is well. How's the wife? Okay, good. Very good. Immediately, y'all. Dad wants to jump right in right away, just off the bat. But I had to, hold that thought, pin it. I said, Dad, I was made aware that, you were very upset with me. You had some concerns and you expressed them and they were not so nice, but I would like for you to know that we have been in school for some months now. In school. Daughter has not been in school. Her attendance is poor. Even though daughter is not in school, daughter can do work, because work is always posted. It's always left online for them. Daughter does not submit work. Daughter does not come to school. Dad is quiet. I can't hear nothing. There's nothing being typed in. Nothing. Nothing in the chat. Nothing in the chat. So, saying to Dad, you may want to talk, to your wife, because I tried to speak to your wife. But it seems as if, like I said, the woman down here, the men up there. Children are telling mom what and what not to do, and what they want and do not want to do. So Dad jumps in. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I should not have said those things. I apologize, because I'm very upset. My wife, she lets them be on the tube. They talk to the YouTube and they watch that YouTube when they're on the iPads and the iPads. They watch the YouTube and they play the games, and that's it. I don't see no books. They do not work. They don't do. I said, right. That's what it is. That's why you don't see her in books. That's why she doesn't come out the bed. She's in bed all day with the iPad. And Dad says, yes. Dad leaves top of the morning. Dad comes home end of day. Like literally end of day. And not day, end of night. Let me say end of night. Right? I'm in my third dream by the time Dad's getting home. Dad is getting yay amount of sleep. So, Dad says, I'm thinking she's on the computer. I said, no, Dad. That's what Dad thought. He assumed that we didn't return to the building. Now, Dad was so shocked to find out that daughter had over a month's worth of absences. Over a month. Now, 5 school days in a week. 4 weeks in a month. Right? You do the math. You do the math. Dad was done. He said, no, he's just so apologetic. No, I am sorry. I should not have said that. I said, yeah, because you know what happened. It's easy for the dad to have assumed, because there's another child in the household that is in middle school. So when the other child, even though it's not a sibling or a relative, let's say the next door neighbor, multi-family housing, and they see the other child is not going to school because the other child is in middle school. And remember, middle school has been out for a good while. They just returned, what was that, the end of February. So listen, that's what it was. And I'm glad that I didn't call to, do the back and forth, like, why did you call the job saying that I'm this and I'm that and I shouldn't be here? Like, I'm glad I didn't. And Dad promised. He said, I promise you she will be in school every day. And as a parent, you have to be embarrassed. You have to be ashamed. You have to feel disrespected that your child, who is old enough to do better and to know better, did neither. Your child basically lied to you and the mother. Your child is making grown decisions and isn't even in double digits in age. You're still in the single digits. You're not a teenager. You're not a preteen. You're 9. You're 9. So imagine If you're doing this at 9 years old, when you do go on to junior high school, to high school, what are you going to be doing? What are you going to be saying? And for the parents, be very aware, like question, go through the books. What are y'all doing? What is this unit about? What is the teacher teaching you every day? Like, this is why it's good to also question a child and stay in contact with your child's teacher or teachers, right? Now, the apologies are just rolling. Dad, and I get it because we've all been there, right? Where we had to apologize for something, jump into conclusions, jumping out the window with things, not knowing the real details or the backstory. So now we have to apologize. And I accepted his apology. I wasn't mad at him at all, but he promised, which I am happy about, because after all of that, he did promise, and he said she will be in school every day. She will do her classwork every day. She will do her homework every day. He doesn't want her to have to repeat the grade. Dad ain't with it. Dad is not with it. He's like, listen, you gonna do what you gotta do. I'm calling a teacher. I'm gonna be checking in. Hopefully mom gets on board, but if she doesn't, she doesn't have to. I mean, as long as Dad is on top of things, and I appreciate parents like that. I do, because you're not just saying to me in the moment, like, oh, she's gonna do her thing because we're in a formal meeting, because Parent Teachers Conference is a formal parent meeting. He's not just doing that to please me or just to come off as a good, involved parent. He is definitely saying and showing, right? The next day you call again. I just spoke to you less than 24 hours ago. Why are you calling me? But I appreciate it because he's letting me know, listen, the discussion we had yesterday is still on my mind. And I'm going to do what I got to do to make sure my daughter goes to 5th grade. I'm going to do what I got to do to make sure my daughter master the skills that she needs to learn for this grade. So I appreciate that. And that's how everything should go. I wish everything was just the ladder, right? The ladder, not how we got to that point, but the ladder where people ask questions or they listen to what the other parties involved have to say. But it doesn't always go that way, but hopefully all of the outcomes will be the same. As long as we have positive outcomes that we can learn from and grow from, that's what's important. That's the most important thing. So again, remember to ask. Don't assume. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't stress out, worry yourself, and all the other nonsense. Sit down, have a discussion, shoot a text, pick up the phone. What was this about? Or can you clarify this? Or I don't understand. Make it make sense for me, please. Like, ask a question or two. It doesn't hurt. On a brighter note, I am going green. This is something that I do 2 to 3 times out the year. The last time I did a big green was summer of 2019. That entire summer, I didn't have any meat. I had steamed and stewed fish. That's about it. Salmon. I didn't have any meat. I didn't have any junk. And junk food meaning chips. Everything was fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and I laid off of white starches at the same time. It was very minimal. There was no fried food, you know, more like a vegan / pescatarian. Is that what they call it now, where you eat seafood? Yeah. So going green for the remainder of March, right? So that means no sugars, which I really don't do sugars. My thing is potato chips, like Doritos and Tostitos with the dip. That's my go-to snack. So Yes, going green. Listen, we're going to be outside more. We're going to be vlogging more. There's going to be some more story times. I have a movie review that I think I want to do that's coming up. But listen, until the next video, tell a friend to tell a friend. You're going to tell your neighbor. You're going to tell your coworker. Tell a stranger. And of course, you have to tell a hater. Everything's lit over here, guys. Everything is lit over here at Crown Brown Books. So thank you for watching. Please remember to hit the like. Please remember to comment. Let me know when the last time you made out of yourself by assuming.